Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan Battle video, so we can talk about the upcoming content for the week, right? So we should be getting the data download later tonight. Oh, actually, let me just open this up. Okay, so they did an interesting thing. I am curious why exactly. Okay, so they tweeted LRTN essentially a day earlier than what is kind of like the normal timing. Now, here's the thing with normal timing, as I say. They can just switch it up, and they do a lot of times. They'll just do like kind of like like just a different, like a random different timing, like one-off thing, right? Like just I don't know if it's just to be a little bit less predictable or what, but they do occasionally do this. But I was wondering here if this like early reveal for LRTN was so that players could know who they're grinding their Dokkan Day tickets for, right? And I mean, Rick kind of thought maybe that was plausible as well, right? Like we kind of came to the same potential conclusion there. So, I do think that may be the case. It does bring us to an interesting point, though, which is that the next Dokkan Day is on June 30th, right? We're expecting, as of right now, the next banners after TIEN. TIEN should be the 17th is when TIEN is going to drop. But we're expecting the next banners after TIEN, right, to probably be July 7th, right, to match up with when Global's original anniversary was. I thought it could have been the 30th, but right now it looks like it's going to be on July 7th. So we're going to have Dokkan Day on the 30th, and there's not going to be a banner for another week, presumably as of right now. So we'll see what that's going to look like. Like, are we going to do Dokkan Day on the 30th, get our tickets, and then we're not able to use them until the following week? Does seem a little strange. So just, be on the lookout for that. I mean, I can't predict exactly what's going to come up because this is the first year that we've had the global Dokkan celebration, right? This is a first, right? Other thing here is, so LRTN, right? I've been seeing nonstop talk about it. We've known for several weeks that the Part 2 banner was likely going to be on the 17th. You guys could go back to, I think I talked about it in, like, the celebration info video and stuff like that, like on, like, May 30th or whatever, and it was. But as of right now, we have not had the data download on Global or JP. And the normal global data download time is after when banners typically drop, right? So, like, I don't think we're gonna get the data download tonight, and then it's like, oh, TIEN is actually dropping like right away. I think TIEN is dropping. Let's say I tweeted this at 10 a.m. So TIEN should be in about 38 hours from the exact second I'm saying this, right? 11:07 Eastern should be 38 hours when LRTN is gonna drop. So there's that. All right, let's go ahead and jump into what we've got here in terms of the upcoming content. So another new stage for the Dragon Ball Saga Red Zone. Shocking to me. I did not expect this. Oh yeah, here's LRTM, by the way. I didn't expect this. Now, I don't know what they're gonna do here, right? The easy assumption to make, if we look at the stages, is you just go, oh, 23rd World Tournament. Boom. Like, easy, right? Like, they'll just go into Piccolo Jr. stuff. But I believe that this is intended to be, remember, not Dragon Ball Saga. This is, Global curses us again with their fucking shitty translations. It's Boyhood Saga. So, I'm thinking that this is going to be a stage for when Kid Goku is a kid still. Like, not like the kind of like the adultish Goku that fights in the 23rd World Tournament against Piccolo Jr. Now, if we take a look at it, they did all of the normal arcs, right? The Pilaf Saga, 21st World Tournament. We did the Red Ribbon Army arc. This is where Tao is. So it's like Tao is already in one of these stages, right? Tao is right there. We have Baba's Fighters. We have 22nd World Tournament. So this is where TIEN is. TIEN is already also in this red zone. Then we have Demon King Piccolo. And then we've got Shula here as well. Now, the thing that's interesting about this Shula boss fight, right? This is filler. Now, the thing that's interesting about this is it's filler from right here. It's in between when Baba's Fighters and the 22nd World Tournament is when it takes place. We have the list of Dragon Ball Saga episodes right here. So, right here, like, the, True Colors of the Master Band, this is when Grandpa Gohan is revealed, right? Fortune Teller Baba's. Look at this. This aired in 1987, bro. No, like, almost no one listening to this right now was born in 1987, probably, right? I wasn't, all right? Like, no one was that's listening to this, I'm sure. All right, so we got all that. Then we get to this like, block of filler right here. This was not in the manga. Goku goes to Demon Land. This is the episode with Shula. Right here, right? There he is right there. That's the episode with Shula. And then afterwards, it goes into the 22nd World Tournament, which is where Tien shows up. So it's like they do kind of have it out of order with them doing this Shula stage. And I am wondering, what could they do for, like, another Red Zone stage? You know what I actually kind of landed on that I guess they could and might do here, actually, is Popo. I think they could make Mr. Popo the next Red Zone stage. I know it sounds goofy, but it's not. There's not, like, a ton there. Like, they could do Popo and Kami. I mean, Goku doesn't really fight Kami. He just charges Kami, and Kami, like, blows him back. But, like, Goku fights Popo. And then there is the little, like, clone Goku that Goku fights. Here, let me get back over to the end of the... It's the start of the Piccolo Jr. saga. But there's an episode where Goku... This is kind of like a block of training. Yeah, this right here. Goku fights kind of like a dull version of him, like... Yeah, like it's an exact, like, replica of Goku, right? Yeah, this is it right here. So, like, maybe that could be the stage. I'm just assuming that it's when Goku is still a kid and not just the 23rd World Tournament for the Red Zone stage. But, I mean, we'll see. Because they went ahead and jumped into filler for Shula, but Shula's, like, a real fighter who kind of, like, is able to fight Goku. Most of Dragon Ball Saga is, like, some enemy is in front of Goku, and Goku just fucking destroys them. He just mogs the shit out of them. Outside of Jackie Chun, Tien, Tao, and Demon, and the Piccolos, right? Like, every other, like, character, Goku just fucks up. Like, it's just decimation. There's only really a handful of people in this series, in OG Dragon Ball, that are even on par with Goku, right? So we'll see. We'll see what they're gonna go with. I think if I had to make a guess, it's Popo, Popo or Kami or something like that. Damn, look at the difference, 88 to 2003. 2003. That's so crazy because it's like they aired, like, all of Dragon Ball Z, then they went back and did Dragon Ball. All right. Okay. Well, anyway. All right. So there's that. So yeah, we'll see what the next stage is. I am glad to see more stages added to this Red Zone. Unfortunately, they're usually not that challenging, but I mean, I guess it is still content, right? And I'm sure it'll probably have some missions with it too, some mission-based content. Maybe related to, Earthlings, Dragon Ball Saga, stuff like that. Seekers of the Dragon Balls. So that could be fun. All right. So we have that. We have a burst mode coming up. Focus key manipulating technique. It's for Yamcha. Dokkan Fest Yamcha, his burst mode, or his Dokkan event is getting a burst mode. I would add, I do think it is very likely, I think likely is probably the word here, that Yamcha could EZA. He's on the banner, right? And I think we could see Yamcha EZA. So it looks like the celebration is kind of taking shape, and that it's more so an Earthling celebration, rather than potentially mission execution, right? Like, going into the Part 2 LR, I easily would have said, LR Nappa, Raditz, like Raccoon or something like that are more likely than, like, a LR Tien or an LR Krillin or one of those characters. Because that's typically what Dokkan does. And this was one of those moments, right? I do mention a lot where it's like, Dokkan always does this. But eventually, they might just not do this, right? They just kind of, like, switch it up. And we reach that with this celebration right here, where typically they would, it's like Tao drops his banner unit. They're both mission execution. The EZAs had dropped, right? The Ginyu Force characters, their mission execution. And then the Part 2 LR would drop as mission execution. But they kind of swapped it up. Seems like the celebration is Earthlings. And then these guys were just kind of like thrown in, kind of in limbo. Dokkan didn't really give a fuck about the Ginyus. Now, I would say this too. I think that the way they did the celebration is good, by the way. To me, I care way more about the new Dokkan Fest exclusive than I would about the potential landing spot of this, you know, EZA TUR from 3 years ago. Like, I'm sorry. Ginyu was awesome. He had his heyday where he was super crazy, super elite. But certainly my priority is always respect the Dokkan Fest exclusives. These are the lifeblood characters of the game. For what happened to, like, Dokkan Fest First Form Frieza should never fucking happen. So TIEN dropping, who's basically a perfect partner for Tao, I think is better than them dropping, like, potentially like a Nappa or a Raccoon or something like that, who might not work as well with Tao, right? So I'm pretty pleased, I think, with kind of what they're doing. And then looks like we're going to get Yamcha as well. Let's just take a quick glance at Yamcha. Okay, so Yamcha, Earthbred Fighters. Remember, Tao, General Blue, and TIEN are all Earthbred Fighters. He does have a lot of dodge, though, man. Yeah, he's a dodge. Guys, we have so many freaking dodge characters, dude. All these characters are just like dodge, man. All these guys. Dodge, 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 and some more dodge. So we've got for all these guys. So, I mean, there is a shit ton of dodge canceling. I don't know. Now, keep in mind, another thing, too. Historically, for years, they kept the spirit of characters the same. Recently, we've seen them kind of switch it up, I think, for these character kits on EZA, a little bit more than they were previously willing to. So, I'm not going to write it off that they could really remix Yamcha quite a bit. But, I mean, he's so heavily reliant on dodge that, I mean, it's going to be... They're going to have to make him exceptional with all the dodge canceling fights that are around. I mean, to be fair, the hardest fight in the game does not have dodge canceling. But the hardest fight in the game also does practically require you to be stacking, which at the moment, Yamcha is also not a stacker. Now, all he does right here is get 30% attack. So, I mean, he easily could be a stacker, but we'll see. I think if they make him a stacker, that would be a good way to kind of like compromise. So in some of the tough red zone fights, maybe he won't be the best with the dodge canceling, but again, to kind of like compensate, you know, he'll have stacking and potentially be a little bit more of an option for like potentially like festival or something like that. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see how Yamcha's gonna look. By the way, Yamcha is probably not gonna be like in the data download tonight. I would think Yamcha's probably going to come next week. I mean, remember, we still have weeks until the Global Dokkan Celebration. Although the countdown for the Global Dokkan Celebration would probably start on the 30th. We'll see. We'll see how things are going to look, right? So, yeah, I believe that is it, right? We have the burst mode and that. There is one other thing coming that I guess they just didn't want to talk about here. I don't know why. But remember, the Million Arena semifinal is on the 17th. So this is going to be in the data download tonight, right? Because it's on the 17th. Only Earthbred Fighter characters can join. So, Yamcha, TIEN, these characters, Tao, are going to be, major characters for this. We'll see what this is going to be like. Because all those nuking strategies are now gone. Like, all those characters we were using, like, the blue Vegeta leader... I guess Trunks is still an Earthbred Fighter, right? The physical Trunks, so we can still nuke with Tao, I suppose. But yeah, I mean, it's gonna be a bit of an issue, man. So we'll see. But that's gonna be dropping as well. So let me know what you guys think of the content coming. Thanks, guys, for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.